like very southern of you. All right, today we are going to embark upon a new type of word problems. That's right. That's how I feel about it too. The idea is this. They have made up, choose joy. Choose joy. Okay. They've made up some problems where it's like, you know how people are like, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. And then you guess
7.
21. And then I guess 7, so he wins, right? But now I'm thinking of 3 numbers in a row. Like 3, 4, 5, or 7, 8, 9. Such that the sum of the first 2 equals the third one.
What?
Is that possible?
Yeah. What did you say? No, I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
I'm thinking of 3 numbers in a row, consecutive numbers, such that the sum of the first 2 equals the third one.
Okay.
Oh, what are the numbers?
All right, so
I see your hand.
1, 2, 3. Right?
Of course you do.
1 plus 2 equals 3.
Right? So the numbers are
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Because if you add the first 2, you get the third one. Are there any other numbers where that works?
4, 5, 6. Okay.
They have to be in order, though. I don't think so, right?
I thought you were being serious for a second.
Yeah, but that won't work. -1 plus 0. No. Okay.
Wait.
No, I was being serious.
No, I thought he was being serious.
Okay. Moving on. So, how about this? They asked us to find, again, if you're going to be goofing off in class and trying to be the center of attention, you can either teach or leave. Your choice. That's it. Find 3 consecutive integers such that the sum of the first and third is 146. So, how am I going to address these problems? The first step is to write out the numbers. Do we know the number?
No.
No. And we're in algebra, which means that the number is now x. Or, because this is the way your book does it, we're going to use n. You guys doing okay? Are there issues? Did I sneeze? Did I say watermelon in the video? No? Okay. So, if my first number is n, what is my second number?
X.
Remember, they have to be in order.
Oh, N. No,
So if your first number was 1, your second number was 2, how do you get from 1 to 2?
Oh.
It's not a letter, guys.
Oh?
Did you guys hear that, or were you too busy laughing?
Yeah, I said it.
Right here. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
If you have the first number, how do you get to the second one? You
Add 1.
add 1. How do you get to the third number?
Add 1.
Add 2.
Add 2. So, your first step is to write out the numbers in variable form. Your first number is n. Your next number is 1 bigger than n, because they're consecutive. It means they're in order. So you have n, you have 1 bigger than n, and you have 2 bigger than n. Those are 3 numbers in order. For example, if n is 1, and you have 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is
3.
Okay? Now, let's go to our word problem now. This is the second step. You're going to set up an equation. Here's the equation. Find 3 consecutive integers such that the sum, what does sum mean? Add. The first is what?
Add.
What's our first number?
Add 1.
N. So our first number is n. What's our third number?
N plus 2.
N plus 2. What does is mean?
Equals.
So there's our equation. Yes?
Shouldn't it be a visible 1 then?
There is an invisible one.
Sure, but it's invisible. Okay, so how do I do the sum of these two? Sorry. You're going to add in between them. So it's n plus 2 equals 146. How do we solve an equation? You need all the letters on one side and the numbers on the other side. So, how do I get rid of the 2? Sonny? God bless you. How do I get rid of the 2? There used to be lots of tissues right there. Someone has stolen them.
You can use the.
Goodbye. All right. So, how do I get rid of the 2? Sonny?
You subtract.
Subtract 2 from both sides. So, now I have n plus n equals 144. Next step? Add these together, so I get 2n. Next step, Riley, how do I undo multiplication? Divide by 2. What's the answer, Jaden?
What?
What's the answer?
Something.
That's not an acceptable answer. Try again.
2,
14 divided by 2 is?
7, 72.
There you go. So, is 72 my answer?
Yes.
No.
Wrong. They asked for 3 numbers.
No.
You gave me 1. Wrong. What are my 3 answers, AJ?
We don't know.
The first one's 72. The next one
Oh,
is
73. Whoa. 74.
and that's your answer. If you do not write out all 3 numbers, you are going to lose points very quickly. Let's try a harder one. Find 3 consecutive integers with a loud bite, such that twice the sum of the first 2 is 2 less than 3 times the third. So we have to do our keywords here to make sure that we are writing this into an equation correctly. But our first step is to
Write out n plus 1, and then n plus 2.
since we're asking for 3 numbers, I have to write out the 3 numbers. n plus 1, n plus 2. A lot of students think they're too cool for this and skip this step. And they're also too cool to get the right answer.
Little
So,
did they know.
good for them. But you guys, you are much wiser than they.
Or not.
And so, you guys are not going to make the same mistake. So, now let's talk about all these keywords. What does twice mean, Kara? 2 times. What does sum mean, Evan?
Adding.
Adding. And in fact, I'm going to add 2 things, so I'm going to put them in parentheses. Stowe? First 2.
2, like -2.
The first 2. What's the first one? We wrote it up top. What's the first number?
Oh,
And what's the second one?
1.
What's the second one? We've written it up top. This is the first number. This is the second number.
Oh.
This one, the third number, would be the third number. What's the second number?
1.
What is it?
Is means what? AJ.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please do not do your nails in class. Thank you. You can do that in hours. Okay.
Is equals.
Jaden. 2 less than.
Down.
2 less than.
Monster.
3 times. Sonny.
What? 2 less than 3.
3 times.
Oh, 3 times -2.
3 times.
N.
3 times. Let's start with the 3 part. 3.
Times 3.
No, 3. You are right. Okay. Times. Go. Just go. You too. Goodbye.
Okay.
And you go. Goodbye. All 3 of you. Go. Come back when you're ready. See you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Go to the water fountain. Come back. Run a lap. Okay.
That's just the third. That's also 3.
Okay. 3 times. So I'm going to write 3
Also 3 N.
times. because it's 3 times.
So we're supposed to put X? I mean, we're used to the times.
Well, let's do times like this. Okay? 3 times. Got it? Okay, so 2 less is back here. Then 3 times the third. What's the third?
3.
Kara? N plus 2.
Oh, okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay, that's where the third comes in.
I know.
Okay. You guys will never know how I got that equation. You're clueless to find out what the equation is. Okay, how do I solve this? Well, I have to do the order of operations. What are the order of operations, Ocampo? Please excuse my dear math students, algebra students. There we go. Please excuse my dear algebra students for laughing maniacally. Okay, so we're going to start with parentheses. Can I simplify in this parenthesis? Yes. Riley?
I don't know.
Well, that is not an acceptable answer. So try something. Well, try again. How do I add n plus n plus 1?
Add it.
Okay, so what do I get?
Don't know.
Sorry? Not an acceptable answer. I want you to try something. And if you try something and it's wrong, that's fine. But if you try nothing, I can't work with that. So go ahead. Give your best guess. What is n plus 1?
N squared
Okay? What about the plus 1?
plus 1.
Okay. Agree or disagree? I disagree, but we're close. What happens when you add numbers? You would put the 2 in front instead of squared. Good try though. See? You tried. You were like right there. So now you know. Okay? It's like if you have 1 apple and you add another apple, you have 2 apples. But if you multiply, then you would get squared. So when would you, Riley, when would you put the number in front and when would you put squared?
When you add X number and square is squared.
Perfect. Okay, so we got that. Can we simplify this one, the Jaden? N plus 2?
Hmm?
Can we simplify?
No.
No, because they are not like terms. I cannot add n's in numbers. Okay? Not the same. It's like adding apples and oranges.
Why not?
Okay? If I'm like, how many apples do you have? And you take all the apples you have and you add all the oranges and you're like, oh, I have 20 apples. And then, oh, you lost all your oranges? No, I have them right here. Doesn't work. Okay, now we've done the parentheses. Are there any exponents? No, there's no numbers up top. So I must multiply and divide. I will multiply left to right. So 2 times 2n is 4n. 2 times 1 is 2. Make sure you distribute that. Equals 3 times n is, with more enthusiasm,
3n
plus
6
minus 2, right? Okay, now that I've done multiplication and division, I will, algebra student, add and subtract. I need all the n's on one side, all the numbers on the other side. So what should I move the Ocampo? How?
By subtracting.
Subtracting what? Use a complete sentence.
Okay.
You guys are doing like all these, I'm sitting in on classes and you're giving all these like 1-word answers. And I'm like, no, that's not how we roll here. 1-word answers. Complete sentence. You got this.
Subtract the 3n and the 4n, or the 3 by 4.
That is not a complete sentence. That is a question.
Period.
Repeat your sentence, please.
You subtract the 4n by 3 and period.
Okay, that is correct. I will subtract this by 3n. Is that allowed?
Yes.
Can I just remove something from one side?
No. You have to do
Oh,
period.
subtract 3n from both sides. Simple, right? We can formulate a sentence. Does that get all the numbers on one side and all the letters on the other?
Yes.
Nope, the J. What letter am I stuck with?
Well,
Or what number am I stuck with?
Well, you're still stuck with n, but it's on the left side.
Yes.
1 n. Well,
But
N.
is it only n on the left side?
It's like 1 N. Well, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it depends on what you like more, 1 N or N. Imaginary 1 or no.
Is n by itself?
It's still 1 N, but.
On this side of the equal sign. Oh, gross.
I thought that's not.
Dude, there's like a 2 like
No, I
sticking
know,
onto your n.
I misunderstood you, I'm sorry.
How do you get rid of the 2?
You bully it by subtracting it to the other side. Or you subtract. Hold on, wait. Let me stand right here real quick. So I got you. Subtract 2 by 2.
That was still not a complete sentence. Have a seat.
Period.
What the heck, bro?
Subtract 2 from both sides.
Yes.
Thank you. Get it. I think that was actually a complete sentence.
Was it?
Yeah. It was.
Hopefully.
Okay, so on the left side, I'm left with the n equals, what's 6 minus 2 minus 2? Sunny.
What?
6 minus 2 minus 2. 6 minus 2 is?
4.
Minus 2 is?
Wait, 6 more. But isn't there a negative 2? Like, oh, there's not a negative 6, okay, never mind. So it's 4. And then you got it, 2.
2. So my number equals 2. Done.
Dose.
Wrong. Why?
Could you?
No, wait. Hold on. The stove. Why are your eyes open? You're like, why is that wrong? What's the question asking for?
Asking for times it 3. So like you have
It's asking for 3 numbers. And I have given 1, which is trash. That's wrong.
Garbage.
What's the correct answer?
2, 3, 2, 2. Yeah.
Is your name?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I don't even want to get started with this. So I gave the teacher today and they called him Stow and I was like, no, this has to end. Alright, that's your less on